All right, time for key number 3, multi-step, multimodal outputs. Now, let's go back to an example from key number 2. We asked about the announcement between OpenAI and Johnny Ive. Now, if we ask the same question, we can say, first tell me about the exciting news between OpenAI and Johnny Ive. Then create 4 images that speculate on this news. This is an example where the LLM is going to have to perform multiple steps. So in the first step, it's going to activate a tool, it's going to search the internet, and that tool provides context. But then the output of that is going to be the input for the next tool. And this is where we have both multi-step, multimodal capabilities. So we search the web, we go get that information, and we come back, and now we can see ChatGPT gives us both a text response and some terribly looking, clearly AI-generated images about futuristic devices between OpenAI and Johnny Ive's collaboration. But let's take this output and let's ask one more question. Let's say, well, from these, turn this into sketches in the style that might accompany a patent application filing or something, right? So now we've got a couple of images, we've got figure 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So what we're doing is we're essentially chaining together some of these steps. This is a multi-step part. And we're also then having models interact with each other. So we've got our text model, but we also then have these image models that are taking text as input and creating images as output. So these are image models. The image model is going to take text as input and create an image as output. So I say cat. And sure enough, it shows me a picture of a cat. I can say, create an image of the animal most commonly used as a meme on the internet. The input is that text. And what it's going to do is it's going to create an output. Honestly, I did not say cat here, right? What it did is it created an image of the animal most likely used as memes, which I think we all know, as common knowledge, is cats. And that is a very meme-worthy cat, if you ask me. Okay, now, how does it do this? It works because of image labeling. So here's a picture of a cat. And we can then say, this is a cat, this is a visual representation of cat, and we can label this as cat. Well, it turns out it's a little more sophisticated than that. But that's the fundamental concept. If we take this image and we say label it, the label is cat, tabby, brown fur, green eyes, whiskers, serious expression, and so on. So this is the exact output that ChatGPT gives when I give it this image. So you can see that it's labeling this image with several different types of characteristics. It's a portrait, animal face, close-up, etc., etc. Now, if I said, give me a picture of a cat, tabby, brown fur, green eyes, whiskers, serious expression, and so on, it would give me something pretty close to the inverse image. But again, these image models are probabilistic models, just like our large language models are probabilistic models, like we talked about in the first video. So if I do this again, it's going to give me a different image. Or even if I say, give me a picture of a cat, it's going to give me a different image. But these multimodal, in this case, this image model works because there is a representation in this model of what a cat looks like. And what that cat looks like is based on the text labeling, and this is the training data in this case that enables this. So here's the big idea. We have several different types of inputs. This can be a document, a PDF, a PowerPoint, a web page. We talked in the last video about tools providing context. Everything here listed on the left-hand side is context. But what we can also add to this list is the last 2 points here, which is image or even video. All of these are going to then be converted to text. That text then is going to be the input for an LLM. These large language models, these are trained on text. So they expect text as an input, and as you expect, they have text as an output. This text as an output can then be an input for another model. So it can be code, it can be HTML, PDF, but also back to an image, or back to a video. So we have these multi-step, multimodal models all coming together. So that's the big idea for key number 3, is that these models can be strung together in multi-step, multimodal ways.